Saul Canelo Alvarez says he does not want to face Triple G. The only thing on his mind is collecting the belts and facing Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, who's the WBO middleweight champion. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Saul Canelo Alvarez unified his belts by capturing the IBF middleweight strap from Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs last night via unanimous decision victory. He is now the IBF, WBC, and WBA champion. Everybody has been pushing him towards a fight. It seems like the Zone, Eddie Hearn, and everybody else is looking forward to a trilogy fight between himself and Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Canelo Alvarez has no interest in facing Triple G Golovkin. He says the only reason it's a possibility he could face Golovkin in September is due to the fact that Demetrius Andrade is fighting June 29th against Selecki, which could possibly push him out of the run-ins for September. We know Canelo Alvarez always fights on the Mexican days, that being Cinco de Mayo weekend and Mexican Independence Day weekend in September, in May and in September. And then sometimes he'll give us another fight at the end of the year, possibly in December. With that said, Demetrius Andrade is fighting Selecki June 29th, which will only give him about 2 months exactly, maybe 2 months and a week to get ready to prepare for a fight in September. Not to mention they will have to start press tours. They will have to start, promoting the fight. They will have to start, negotiating and things of that nature. And it just doesn't seem likely due to the fact that he's not fighting until June 29th. So that means by July 1st or so, he'll be available to start negotiating. So they will have to, in all honesty, they will have to start negotiating right now, and in hopes of Demetrius Andrade being victorious against Selecki, and just banking on him being victorious and coming out unscathed. Because if he suffers a headbutt, a cut, or an injury, a hand injury, or anything of that nature, shoulder injury, we know he already had injuries. So if he was to suffer some sort of injury, that would be a setback and force Canelo Alvarez into scramble mode and have to look for an opponent for September. I think that they would much rather just go in knowing who their opponent is. We know Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, will be fighting. I believe he's fighting June 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So that will put him in. He has more time than Demetrius Andrade to actually negotiate a fight with Canelo Alvarez, because those two dates are huge dates in the sport of boxing, to say the least. So with that said, actually he's fighting June 8th, Gennady Golovkin. So that gives him plenty of time to prepare for, that's actually 3 weeks. Demetrius Andrade doesn't fight until 3 weeks later. That's 3 weeks shy of earlier than Demetrius Andrade fights. So that puts him directly in line, to face Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez is Eddie Hearn has been pushing for a Caleb Smith fight. As Canelo Alvarez said, he wanted to venture up to 168. I don't know if he wanted to take the chance at this point in time to try to go up to 168 and make a fight and then come back down to 160 for an undisputed fight with Demetrius Andrade. That's kind of difficult. I think it would be more feasible for him to just go ahead and fight Triple G at 160, stay at that weight, and then go. And this is a familiar opponent on top of it. They already fought twice. It's a familiar opponent. He knows what to expect. There will be no surprises. Triple G switched trainers, but I don't know, man. At this point in time, I don't think that Triple G, at this stage of his career, he's 37 years of age. It's not too much, that he could change at this point in time. He is who he is, man. He has had 40 fights at this point in time. He's 37 years of age. He is who he is. I don't know how much of a new trainer is gonna, Jonathan Banks is his new trainer. He got rid of Abel Sanchez. You know, fighters, every time they lose a fight, they want to blame everybody but themselves. So, you know, he changed his trainer to Jonathan Banks, and now out of the Crunk Gym, who used to train Vladimir Klitschko after the passing of Emmanuel Stewart. So, you know, with that said, it's not many surprises for Canelo. So I could definitely see Canelo going the route of Triple G, but you could tell in his body language and the way he's talking, he has zero interest in facing Triple G for a third time, you know. So he really wants to face Demetrius Andrade, but, you know, they could wait for the negotiations. He doesn't have to sign a contract with Gennady Golovkin. He could wait and see how the fight with Andrade and Selecki plays out. But if Andrade was to, you know, if it was an early stoppage or something like that, get it out the way quickly, then they could go ahead and make the fight. But if, you know, if it goes 12 rounds, a brutal fight, you know, it's just not, I just don't see it, man. It's just not realistic, in my opinion. So we could expect to see Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez 3 Trilogy in September, as the Zone and everybody else is pushing for it. They've been pushing for this fight. And, you know, they feel like this is a big money fight. Eddie Hearn last night said it's the biggest fight in boxing outside of Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. I totally disagree with him. I think that would be Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, and Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. No, there's not too many people clamoring to see Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin again, outside of the matchmakers in-house, the promoters, and DAZN. That would be the biggest fight on DAZN. So that's why they're clamoring for it. But with that said, Canelo Alvarez has zero interest in this fight. I hope he's not going into this fight just going through the motions, because Gennady Golovkin is still a feasible opponent and can still, you know, cause an upset. So, you know, let's see what happens, man. But Canelo Alvarez has no interest in facing Gennady Golovkin. He would much rather face Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, but Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade is tied up. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Canelo does not want to face Gennady Triple G Golovkin, but it looked like he could be forced into that action as Demetrius Andrade is tied up. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
The Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love. Mwah.